Our first topic for the first quarter is about introduction to sets. And our objectives, first, we're going to define and illustrate different sets. Second, we're going to enumerate the three ways of describing set. The third one, we're going to identify subsets of a given set. And the fourth one, we're going to define and describe the following: equivalent sets, equal sets, empty sets, universal sets, and cardinal of sets. Okay, our first activity, we're going to identify me. So what comes into your mind when you hear about the following words? The first one, library. The second one, K-pop. The third one, social media. So the above words are examples of a group. Okay, very good. Can you think of your examples of a group and its members? The first one has been done for you. For our activity 2, you are going to find me. Okay, you are going to find the objects in the given picture. You are going to observe closely the pictures below. Copy and fill in the table below by writing the name of the objects in the appropriate column. And then you are going to answer the following questions. How many belong to the transportation group? Second question, how many belong to the animal group? And the last question, how many belong to the fruits group? Okay, so what is a set? Okay, a set is a collection or group of objects. It is well-defined. Okay, when we say well-defined, means that it is possible to determine whether an object belongs to a given set or not. Okay, for example, a set of Philippine presidents. So that is a set, an example of a set. A set of counting numbers. And of course, a set of odd numbers. Okay, a set is represented by a capital letter. Okay, for example, your set A, the elements are A, E, I, O, and U. So this is your A, represented by a capital letter. So this is your set A. And this is your brace or braces. And your A, E, I, O, U are your elements and separated by the commas. Okay, another example of a set or a set. Your set K, the elements are red, blue, and yellow. Your set R, the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to the positive infinity, or so on and so forth. And your set P, the elements are positive, or plus, minus, times, and divide, or the four fundamental operations. There are three ways to describe a set. The first one is the roster notation or the listing method. So in listing method, you are going to list each element of the set inside the braces. For each element is listed once, and the order of listing elements does not matter. Okay, for example, your set A, then equals sign or equals brace 1, 2, 3, 4, then close with braces or brace. So your set A, the elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, your set B, the elements are P, H, I, L, N, E, S, and separated by commas. And your set C, the elements are 5, 10, 15, and so on and so forth. And your set D, the elements are Oppo, Vivo, and Samsung, or a brand of a phone. Okay, the second way to describe a set, that is the verbal description method. Okay, this method of describing a set in words. Okay, a set A is the set of counting numbers less than 5. Okay, another example. set B is the set of letters in the word Philippines. Number 3, set C is the set of positive multiples of 5. And set D is the set of mobile phones or brand of a phone. Okay, the last way to describe a set. This is the set builder notation or rule method. Okay, this is a method that lists the rules that determine whether an object is an element of the set rather than the actual elements. Okay, for example, your set A, that is x such that x is a counting numbers less than 5. Your set B, x such that x is a letter in the word Philippines. And your set C, x such that x is a positive multiples of 5. And your set D, that is x such that x is a mobile phone or a brand of a phone. Okay, for our activity 3, this activity is called Describe Me. Okay, the instruction, you are going to copy and fill in the table below with the correct translation of the given description of sets. Okay, the first one is done for you. For our lesson 2, we have kinds of sets, then the notations and symbols, and how to solve for subsets and Venn diagram. So in kind of sets, the first one is finite sets. So finite sets is a set with a defined number of elements. So a defined number of elements means that it is countable, or we can count the number of elements. For example, set A, the elements are A, B, C, D, and E. So the elements are countable, and there are 5 elements: the A, the B, the C, the D, and the E. And our example number 2, set L, the elements are 0, 1, 2, and 3. So the elements are also countable, and the number of elements is 4. So the 0, the 1, 2, and 3. So 4 elements. Okay, the second kind of sets is the infinite sets. Okay, sets with an infinite number of elements. An infinite number of elements means that the number of elements cannot be counted. So the ellipses or the 3 dots is being added to indicate that there are more elements of the same kind that follows after the identified element in the set. Okay, for example, V or set V, the elements are 2, 4, 6, and followed by 3 dots. So meaning there are more even numbers after 8. So that is cannot be counted. And the second example, our H or set H, the elements are x such that x is greater than 0. So there are more numbers greater than 0 and cannot be counted. Another kind of set is join sets. Okay, when we say join sets, that is a set having at least one common element. Okay, for example, our set D, the elements are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And our set E, the elements are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. So we have common element, and that is 9. And another example, our set A, the elements are A, B, C, D, and E. And our set B, the elements are A, E, I, O, and U. So there are common elements, and the common elements of set A and set B are A and E. Okay, another kind of set is disjoint sets. So when we say disjoint sets, that is a set having no common element. Okay, for example, our set W, the elements are A, B, C, and D. And our set Y, the elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there is no common element between set W and set Y. So they are disjoint sets. Another example, our set C, the elements are 2, 4, 6, and 8. And our set D, the elements are 1, 3, 5, and 7. So there is no common element also. So they are disjoint set. Okay, so let's proceed on notations and symbols. So the first symbol is what we call as the element. Okay, when we say element, means that it belongs to a given set or member of a set. Okay, for example, if set A or if A, the elements are 5, 10, 15, and 20. So then 5 is an element of A, 10 is also an element of A, 15 is also an element of A, and 20 is also an element of A. So how to read this one? Okay, 5 is an element of A. Okay, very good. The next or the second symbol is what we call as the not an element. So if A or the element of set A are 5, 10, 15, and 20. So then A is not an element of A, and 7 is also not an element of A. So how to read this one? Okay, that is A is not an element of A. Okay, the next symbol is, okay, correct, that is cardinality of A. So that means the number of elements in the set. Okay, for example, our set A, the elements are A, E, I, O, and U. So the set A or contains 5 elements. So this one can be read as cardinality of set A is equal to 5. Okay, another symbol. So this is equivalent sets. Okay, when we say equivalent sets, that is two sets that contain the same number of elements. Okay, for example, our set A, the elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And our set B, the elements are M, A, T, H. So set A and set B, both sets contain 4 elements. So therefore, set A and set B are equivalent sets. Okay, the next one is equal sets. Okay, when you say equal sets, that is two sets that contain the same element. Okay, for example, our set C, the elements are A, E, I, O, and U. And our set D, the elements are also A, E, I, O, and U. So therefore, set C and D are equal sets. Okay, the next symbol is, that is, okay, very good, that is empty set or null set. Okay, when you say empty set or null set, that is a set with no element. Okay, for example, our set M, so that is null set or empty set. Okay, set M is an empty set or null set. Okay, the next symbol is, okay, very good, that is universal set. Okay, when you say universal set, that is the set of all possible elements of any set. So this is the symbol, and that is what we call as the universal set. Okay, so how to solve for subsets? Okay, the subset of a given set can be solved using the formula 2 raised to n. So where n is the number of elements in a given set. Okay, for example, the number of elements is 3, so therefore the formula is 2 raised to n or 2 raised to 3. So that is 2 times 2 times 2. So therefore, there are 8 number of subsets. Okay, for activity 4, please answer the solve me. Okay, you can answer the following questions and you can pause the video for you to answer it. For activity 5, please answer the complete me. You can still pause the video so you can answer the following questions. Okay, for activity 6, the let's do it this way. Okay, please answer the following questions or you can pause the video. Okay, for your assessment, please answer the following questions, the number 1 up to 15. Just choose the letter of the correct answer. And of course, for your last activity, please answer the additional activity and answer the following questions. Thank you for watching, grade 7 learners, and please don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you and God bless us all.